Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Khan. Actually, I was very impressed about all the speakers, especially Dr. Shamsar Ali, and he actually covered a lot of things here that I'm going to discuss. My thing is that I'll just go in short, in brief, and with your permission, I might speak some Bengali also in between.
Sure. Yeah.
Bengali speaking form. So my lecture will be English and Bengali together. So আমি কিছু বাংলা বলবো because I'm a psychiatrist, so day to day I see a lot of patients, family members, the parents, they come, and I'll give you also some scenarios, the practical scenarios that we are facing. And again, I'm really feeling honored that I'm invited here, and especially Dr. Masum Qadeer, Dr. Rahman, Dr. Siddiqui, and of course Jamaica Muslim Center, that they invited me and to speak about this generation gap. Okay. So this is actually Dr. Masum Qadeer. He actually covered a lot of things that our previous speakers. Number one, religious pressure, cultural pressure, peer pressure. Peer pressure হচ্ছে স্কুলে যখন যাচ্ছে তখন অন্যান্য বন্ধু-বান্ধবরা কিভাবে হচ্ছে, that is the peer pressure. The close friend, socio-economic pressure, internal pressure from home environment that you spoke, and outside pressure. So these children, their struggle, তাদের সমস্যা হচ্ছে outside culture এবং inside. And one special thing that you mentioned that I always in one home actually there are three generations of times the need. So we are dealing with the three cultures. আমাদের মা বাবা আছে, আমরা আছি মাঝখানে এবং আমাদের ছেলে মেয়েরা, এবং everybody has to adjust in that environment. So I don't know how Dr. Masum Qadeer came all these things in one small things. He covered everything. He also covered the children's view. I see my children in closed door. So this is one of the I speak when the parents come. I ask them, do you see any changes in your child behavior? আপনার ছেলে মেয়েরা আগে যেটা করতো ওটা কি এখন করছে না? Those, for example, he was very enjoying, and his school grades were fine. If you see any changes in your son's behavior, then it's a warning sign. As he mentioned, that he closed door, we don't know what he's doing, whether he's anxious, whether he's depressed, or something is going on, or whether he's caught in this conflict. So this is parents' concern also. আমি জানি না আমার ছেলে মেয়ে ওরা ঘুমায় না, ওরা একটা সময় ঘুমায়, ওরা দুইটার সময় ঘুমায়, সারাক্ষণ ওরা ওই আইপ্যাড ধরে, এটা করে ওটা করে, কার সাথে কথা বলে আমরা জানি না. We are scared that they are talking to somebody, always in the computer, always in the iPhone. So what are they doing on the phone? Friends who, whether we are feeling safe or they are safe. Sometimes it seems when I talk to my children, by their face, it seems that they are not happy. ওদেরকে কিন্তু ভালো মতো মনে হচ্ছে না, মনে হয় কোনো ডিপ্রেশন হচ্ছে, কোনো বিষণ্ণতা হচ্ছে, কোনো অ্যাংজাইটি হচ্ছে. And if I ask, they yell. So one of the common response, don't come to me, don't talk to me, leave me alone, don't bother me, you are so mean. So these are the common words all parents, and they shrug their shoulders. They even don't want their baba ki hoyse rag kortecho. So because from our own thing we try to console the children, but they take it a different way. That is their not fault. They are also learning these behaviors actually. So now the parents say, how can I talk to him or her? So this is one of the confusion that all the speakers said, that how should we approach our children? And Dr. Masum Qadeer, he's initiating this thing, that how to bridge this gap, parents, children, generation gap. Who do we talk to? Counselors, psychologists, friends, imam. So these are all, plus we can also share our feelings with all this audience. Sometimes shy to discuss due to cultural ignorance. So let me talk about the cultural things. In America here, first we thought that it will be melting pot. Melting pot, people will come from different cultures, different generations. In America, it will be all melt together. So that theory is gone. Now we have a salad bowl theory. in one plate we have different cultures are there. So we see all cultures, they're intermingled, but we can recognize, but they're not melting together. So generation gap. So different people, there is no right or wrong. The different people can view what is the definition of generation gap. So in one way to define psychological and emotional gap between parents or even elder people and the younger ones. So generation gaps, psychological, emotional, cultural, learning in different ways. So what is the main effect? Get a lack of understanding. So Dr. Masoom Khan decided to have this event. His main idea to aware the people, to all these people, the community, about various aspects of generation gap. And as you mentioned, this is our first introduction. It's like a draft, and we'll move forward, right? Day by day. To change the way of thinking of the parents about the children. Plus, I want to add also, to also change the way of children towards their parents. Why we are doing all these things? The bottom line, Shuki Poribar, a stable family. The whole idea that we should have a peaceful life in our family to avoid all this cultural conflict. It's very easy to say to avoid cultural conflict, but as Dr. Shamsir Ali mentioned, it's a process. It's a it's a process. For example, the people are coming smoking. You should not smoke. So doctor, I know I don't need to smoke. I have to stop smoking. But I came to you, you have to guide me how to stop smoking. So it's a whole process. We know the cultural conflict. Then কিভাবে আমরা আগাবো এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের আস্তে আস্তে জানতে হবে। So there are multifactorial. There is no specific cause. কি কারণে cultural conflict গুলো হচ্ছে আর কি? Hello, can you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Because there are some explanations and theories. Even if you live in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, wherever, there will be cultural conflict. There will be generation gap because the children are growing, their thinkings are changing, their lifestyle changes, so their understanding also changes. So as the children grow, যখন ওরা বড় হচ্ছে, বয়স বাড়ছে, their thinking changes, চিন্তা ভাবনা ধ্যান ধারণা সব change হচ্ছে. The way they look, the whole world is changes. ওদের দৃষ্টিভঙ্গি change হচ্ছে, ওদের ধারণা change হচ্ছে about the পৃথিবী, about the দেশ, about the culture, and also the way they express their feelings. আমরা যখন দেশে ছিলাম, বাংলাদেশে ছিলাম, পাকিস্তানে ছিলাম, অন্য জায়গায় ছিলাম, আমরা একভাবে আমাদের মা বাবার সাথে কথাবার্তা বলতাম। এখন ছেলে মেয়েরা they talk in a different way. They talk in a different way to express their feelings. So, as a parent, this is the cause, and at the same time, there's some tips also. So, parents, we have to be careful that now my child is 19 years old. He's not 10 years old, or he's not 11 years old. The way of talking, I should be careful. The way I'm talking to my child. Parents should learn to understand the growth of the kids. হয়তো সে এখন 5 বছর নাই, 10 বছর, 11 বছর, তার বয়সের যে তার চিন্তা ভাবনা কিন্তু বাড়ছে, কিন্তু যেভাবে সে এডুকেশন নিচ্ছে, যেভাবে সে পরিবেশ হচ্ছে, তার চিন্তা ভাবনা কিন্তু বেশি বেড়ে যাচ্ছে। And technologies, society, the culture, the fashion, the dress, everything counts actually. You cannot avoid this thing. You cannot avoid. These are the practical problems you are facing, we are facing, everybody is facing. The parents are facing, children are facing. The whole idea, how to go slowly, how to address this issue so that we can avoid all this conflict in a better way, in a suitable way. Because you cannot fight, you cannot win with your children. There's an ego problems. I mean, আপনার বয়স হচ্ছে 40, মনে করেন 50, আর ওর বয়স হচ্ছে 12-13 বছর। আপনি তার সাথে যুদ্ধ করে ও একভাবে চিন্তা ভাবনা করছে, He's 12 or 13 years old and you are 40 years old. The way I know your feelings. আমি আপনি একইভাবে মানুষ হয়েছি, বাংলাদেশে মানুষ হয়েছি, কিন্তু ওরা এখানে মানুষ হচ্ছে। There is a gap between understanding. So, pushing the kids beyond their limits. So this is one of the things. So sometimes we are very harsh to our children, and especially because of the lack of our own understanding. Because the grading system, if you want to talk, we can talk a lot of things actually again. So for example, in the school grading system, we should also know about the grading system. You have to have the higher grades. And now the conflict starts. You have to be a doctor, you have to be engineer, you have to be a lawyer. You're forcing, and the child is not taking that one. I have seen in my office, the child is crying. The child is saying that my parents don't understand. On the other hand, parents, they want to compare. No, he has to have a good grades. His MCAT score should be higher. I don't know why it's not happening. I'm giving him everything. I'm giving him money. I'm giving him clothes. I'm giving him everything. But how come the grades are not getting better? And it's a practical scenario. The child is shivering. The child is like this, and she is crying. So this is going on. Dr. Masood Qadeer, I actually took it from the Masood Qadeers. So cultural pressure, peer pressure, influence. Most of the time, they go to school around maybe 8 o'clock, and come back around 3 o'clock. So they are influenced by their peer. So this is peer pressure. They are influenced. So we have to be careful also. It's not that we have to totally ignoring. Okay, they are in America here. We have to keep an eye also that where he's going, where he's mixing, whether there is a bad crowd, whether he's involved in drugs or also not. Because you have to. It should not be a tunnel vision. Your vision should be open actually. It doesn't mean that there is a culture. There should not be any cultural gap. On the other hand, we have to be careful about the children's well-being, whether they are not misguided, they are not going in a wrong direction. Religious pressure, yes, and Imam mentioned about this religious pressure. There's internal pressure from the home environment. Again, we know all these things, and outside pressure. So multifactorial. And this generation gap exists everywhere. On the top of it, if we come from another country, from immigrant families, it's more evident. So, they already spoke, we are raised in a different way. In our culture, maybe when we talk to our parents, we are not making eye contact. Sometimes we show respect. On the other hand, if you're not making eye contact, they will say that this child is shy or he's suffering from some kind of mental problem. So we have to keep an eye on those things. So immigrant families can face many issues. This is complicating their adjustment to the new culture. Immigrant families, they have a good jobs back home. Now they're coming here. They have to start from the beginning. Maybe they're not getting the same kind of job they are doing there. The father is working, the mother is working, no time to see children, there's attachment problems, a lot of things going on. Sometimes there's a financial problem also. So multifactorial. বাংলাদেশ থেকে আসলো, পাকিস্তান থেকে আসলো, এখানে অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট হচ্ছে, এখানে কাজ পাচ্ছে না ঠিক মতো, এই সংসারে অশান্তি শুরু হলো। Financial problems, conflict between parents and these children, small room, they are reading all these things, and they say that ওরা যদি আরেকটু বড় থাকে, I don't understand why you people are fighting. I don't want to come to the home. So a lot of factors going on. So the risk of conflict between children and parents heighten on issues of socialization with opposite gender. And so sometimes, yes, we have to be careful, but sometimes the pressure comes extra high on the children when they're mixing with the opposite genders. It also creates conflicts in the family. Issues of rights and freedoms. So the children are saying that they're born here, they have different rights, different freedoms. From our sides, we are hesitant about providing those rights and freedoms. So this is the cultural things. This is the common problems we are facing. I mentioned already expectations for academic performance. In some immigrant families, the norm is to tell the child what to do, accept and expect obedience. But sometimes it doesn't work here. Sometimes we tell the children that I have come here, sacrificed my things there and back home. We came here for a better future, and you are not respecting me, you are disobeying me. So it goes, actually it backfires at times. This is in Bengali, in my practice, in common scenarios. মা বাবারা তাদের ছেলে মেয়েদের ব্যাপারে বলেন, ওরা এই দেশের সভ্যতার সাথে বেশি একাত্মতা বোধ করছে। They are habituated with this culture here. ধর্মীয় রীতিনীতি মানছে না। They don't go to masjid. They're not following the religions properly. চালচলন অন্যরকম হয়ে যাচ্ছে ডাক্তার সাহেব। ওর চালচলন আগে অন্যরকম ছিল, দেশে যখন একরকম ছিল, এখানে আসার পরে চালচলন একটু ডিফারেন্ট হচ্ছে। আমাদের প্রতি কোনো শ্রদ্ধা নাই, নো রেসপেক্ট। খালি মুখে মুখে তর্কাতর্কি করে, বাসা থেকে বের হয়ে যাওয়ার হুমকি দেয়। These are all practical problems we are facing. They threaten that if you do something, we are going to leave. We are waiting for the age of 18, and then we'll leave. So these are, the parents are facing problems, and we are facing problems, and the community is facing problems. মা বাবা বা পরিবারের অন্যান্য মুরব্বীদের সম্মান দেখাচ্ছে না। If in one home, let's see the guy, all of a sudden there is a father, mother, and the children, and the children saying that we don't have enough space. Now they came, so all this conflict going on between, and at the end the whole family is suffering. Again, সারাক্ষণ iPad নিয়ে বসে আছে, সারাক্ষণ কম্পিউটার, জানি না কি করে, what they are doing. If I try to say something, they get very irritable. This is children. But on the other hand, the children's মা বাবারা আমাদেরকে বুঝতে পারে না। My parents, they don't understand me. প্রত্যেকটি ব্যাপারে হস্তক্ষেপ করে। Every time, they dictates, they control us. আমাদেরকে দোষ দেয় যে আমাদের জন্য তারা এই দেশে এসেছে। They blame us that only because of you we had a good life back home. Only because of you, finger pointing. Because of you, we sacrificed, we came here, and now we are not getting that good result from you. If you would have stayed in our back home, we would have done much better there. So what happened? The main idea, the children, they try to say that they put some kind of guilt, shame on them. This conflict, sometimes it go extreme limit. So these are the common problems we are facing. And so what happens in practical scenario? So when this conflict gets bigger and bigger and bigger, they started staying outside. They come home late, and then started mixing with the bad crowds. That I told that you have to be careful. On the other hand, sometimes their behavior changes, as Dr. Masood mentioned. They go to their room, they close their door, we don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're suffering from depression, anxiety, because in the school, every speaker mentioned about all those things. One culture in the school, one culture in the society, at home. All this conflict goes on, and it can turn either they can be totally disobedient, or they can, on the other hand, they might feel depressed, they might feel anxious. So tips, again, it's a whole process. It's not, so you have to understand your child. You have to understand your child. You don't wait, you mentioned. The process should start from the beginning. You have to give time. The main idea, you have to decrease the bridge of generation gap. You have to be update about the science, technologies, so that at least you can communicate with the child also. Make friendship with them instead of being a rude parent. একটু ছাড় দিতে হবে আর কি। ছাড় মানে খারাপ অর্থে না, যে at least আপনাদের ছেলেমেয়েরা ভাবে যে না, আমার মা বাবা আমাকে বোঝার চেষ্টা করছে আর কি। Friendship with kids will help you to maintain smooth family relationship. When children express their feelings, whatever feelings, I'm having this problem, আমার এই problem হচ্ছে, ওই problem হচ্ছে, try to understand them. Try to sit with them, give them time, and I think Dr. Masumi, you have given the questionnaires, right? Many parents do the mistake educating children by comparing their age with that of parents when she was the same age. আমি যখন এই বয়সে ছিলাম আমি এটা করতাম. There is another comparison with another child. That's we used to have in our back home. ওই ছেলে এত ভালো রেজাল্ট করছে, why তোমার পক্ষে সম্ভব হচ্ছে না কেন? If that child can have a good grading, why not you? Because I'm providing you everything. So that goes, that child started having all these issues. Again, the parents should learn to understand the growth of the kids. A 20-year boy should not be dealt with same as when he was 5 years old. Dialogue, and it should be done, this age of dialogue, age of conversation. The main acting of the communication. You have to understand communication, discuss difference between themselves. And these are all same topics here. Parents can set regular times for conversations and interaction. Even it should be the beginning. At least your child will have some idea that now there is some space of talking. Teens and parents can learn to listen to each other. It should be both sides actually. Recognizing that understanding across cultural difference requires a lot of willingness and openness. They can ask questions about each other's expectations, each other's experiences and beliefs with curiosity instead of judgment. Parents can show their love and appreciations, not disappointments and disapproval. So there are a lot of questionnaires here. This I just picked up from, maybe we'll have later a lot more discussions. This is one of them from the audience. Kids don't feel comfortable talking openly with their parents about the problems they feel every day. This is from one of you here actually. The kids don't feel comfortable talking openly with their parents about the problems they face every day. আমার ছেলেমেয়েরা যেসব প্রবলেম ফেস করছে ডে টু ডে, ওরা মানে সহজভাবে আলাপ করার এটা পাচ্ছে না, স্কোপ পাচ্ছে না। Why? That was the question. Parents did not establish a proper connection with children early on. Exactly what you said. The parents did not establish a proper connection with the children early on. So there is no platform for communication. I think you know this question. You answered that one. Parents tend to avoid healthy communications with children because these parents came back from Bangladesh, Pakistan, or any other country. They are so busy with work or they are uncomfortable to talk themselves. Since kids don't feel comfortable to speak with their parents at home, they resort to speaking speaking with outside friends who can give them bad advice. So the person who wrote this thing even did not go all this PowerPoint presentation. And exactly what I said, that at one point, যখন কনফ্লিক্টটা বেশি হচ্ছে, তখন তারা বাইরে ওটার এইটা খোঁজার চেষ্টা করছে। Parents must understand the culture, the mindset gap that exists between the parents and the child. He's a psychiatrist also. Parents most likely grew up in a different environment back in Bangladesh, whereas kids are raised in America. Therefore, mindset will never be the same, which means communication is very important to fill this gap. Thank you. So this is the generation gap. This is just, we used to know this is Apple and BlackBerry. Now this is Apple and BlackBerry. Questions? Maybe I have to leave early, so any questions?
Yeah, that's the audience. We'll have that question session.
Okay, questions that you can ask. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.